What's up, everyone? Coach Carlos here. Welcome to MackinaStrength.com. And we are Machina Strength, the closest thing to a shortcut. And on this video, I want to talk about losing weight. One of the most popular questions that I get is, how much weight can I lose in a month? And so I'm going to break this down for you real quick so you understand the science behind weight loss, fat loss. So let's talk about permanent loss versus temporary loss. Permanent loss is only what you lose in body fat. Okay, so if you have a deficit every single day, you're losing body fat. That's permanent. If you just started dieting and you've been having an unhealthy lifestyle for a long time and you have a lot of crap in your stomach, don't expect you might lose 20, 30 pounds in a single month. But as soon as you start eating, that weight's gonna come back. It's not permanent, all right? It's temporary. That's why a lot of people they'll drink who go on these extreme weight loss challenges and they want to deceive people. They'll drink 3 gallons of water, which is about 24 pounds, and then when you pee it out, what happens? You lost 24 pounds. That's not real fat loss, okay? So you want to make sure that you understand the difference between permanent and temporary. What we want to focus on is permanent fat loss, what you can scientifically, realistically speaking, lose depending on the deficit that you create. How do you know your deficit? First of all, how do you know how many calories you burn per day? If you go to calorie calculator, if you Google calorie calculator, you can put your age, your weight, your activity level, or you can just go and set it to BMR. BMR is how many calories you burn per day without exercise. That's what I would start with. But then if you want to add how much you burn with exercise, you can do that too. Okay. But let's talk about BMR. So let's say, for example, if you burn 3,000 calories a day, and you calculate that on the calculator, the calorie calculator, or you can have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. If you need any of these little tools, in the description below, you can buy a Fitbit from our website. But let's say my Fitbit, if it tells me that I burn 3,000 calories a day in any given day, and I eat 2,500 calories, I have a 500 calorie negative, right? A deficit. So if I burn 3,000, I eat 2,500, I have a 500 calorie deficit. But if I eat 3,500 and I burn 3,000, I have a surplus. So I'm either going to lose body fat or I'm going to gain body fat, or I'm going to maintain. All right. So you have to know your deficit. You never want to go on an extreme deficit, because what it does is that you lose more lean muscle, which slows down your metabolism. You destroy your hormones. So there's an ideal number that you need to hit, and then that's a minimum, and then you burn extra calories through exercise. You wanna lose body fat by manipulating exercise, not so much diet, unless you like to eat a lot. So then you do more exercise so you can eat more. Okay, so take that into consideration. Now, so let's talk about in a month. How much fat loss, how much permanent weight or fat loss can you lose in a month, right? So let's say you can create a 350 calorie deficit. So just to keep it easy, let's say that you burn 2,000 calories and you burn, right, on your Fitbit or your Apple Watch or whatever, you burn 2,350 calories. So if you consume 2,000 and you burn 2,350, right, if you burn that, you're going to lose 1 pound of body fat every 10 days, okay? On another note, if you burn 2,000, right, so if you eat 2,000 but you burn 2,500 and you have a 500 calorie deficit, you're going to lose 1 pound of body fat every 7 days. If you have a 700 calorie deficit, that means if you eat 2,000 and you burn 2,700, right, you're going to lose 1 pound of body fat every 5 days. And if you create a 1,000 calorie deficit, it means you eat 2,000 and you burn 3,000, you're going to lose one every 3.5 days. You're going to lose a pound of body fat. And again, so whatever your minimum calorie is, that's what you're going to eat. You should never go under that number, depending on your ideal body type. And then you create your deficit, right? You burn whatever you need to burn. You got to do whatever you got to do to burn your deficit, okay? So in a month, so how much can you realistically lose in a month, right? So if you have a 350 calorie deficit and you lose 1 pound every 10 days, that's 3 pounds of body fat per month. If you have a 500 calorie deficit and you lose a pound every 7 days, that's roughly a little bit more than 4 pounds. All right. If you have a 700 calorie deficit every 5 days, how much you're going to lose? Roughly 6 pounds of body fat. All right. And if you have a 1,000 calorie deficit, you're going to lose about 8.5 pounds of body fat. All right. So that's how much you can expect to lose in a month. Again, that's permanent fat loss. You're not going to gain that back unless you go back on a surplus. Right? So a lot of times happens, people go so extreme that they'll lose, 30 pounds in a month. But those 30 pounds in a month, right? Because they have a 1,000 calorie deficit, which is extreme. You have a 1,000 calorie deficit. The 30 pounds, only about 8 to 10 pounds was fat loss. But your metabolism slow down. You feel like crap. And then what ends up happening is you end up rebounding. You end up going right back to where you started, but now you're worse because you lost muscle, metabolism is slower, and your hormones are all messed up. And then you blame yourself, but the reality is it was your program. You're not programmed correctly. So at Machina Strength, we are going to help you with this. Make sure that you understand this and make sure you have the right plan. You have the ideal daily caloric intake, have the right training program, and the right amount of activity so that you can reach your goals. And we're going to tell you exactly how long it's going to take you to reach your goals based on an assessment that we are going to do for you. So I hope this helps. I hope it helps you understand how much weight you can lose in a month. And if you need any help, Machina Strength, we have online programs. And we can even do a customized nutrition and personalized fitness assessment report. But if you're at a gym, that's all included in your package. So thank you so much for watching. If you need additional help, right, email machinastrength@gmail.com. We'd love to answer any questions that you may have. I'm Coach Carlos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.